What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are attempting something that I kind of had the idea for, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I might as well try this. So, without any further ado, we are going to be attempting to build a modern version of what the Hoonitruck would be if it was based on a Ford Raptor. So that's a very odd concept, and we're starting with my off-road build Raptor. So as you can see, let's see, it's pretty much maxed out, I think. 918 horsepower and 895 foot-pounds of torque, right? So it's pretty much good to go in that department. Now let me see where we're at full weight reduction and we still weigh 4,100 pounds. That's ridiculous. We are going to do a few different things to this truck in order to make it Hoonicorn, or not even Hoonicorn, Hoonitruck-ish. So when I say Hoonitruck-ish, I'm thinking about taking off no, I'm leaving the off-road bumper on, and I feel like it might be weird, but it'll still work for what I want to do with it. So we're also, since the Hoonitruck is all-wheel drive, we're leaving it all-wheel drive. Now, it's got 456 gears right now, which it just absolutely rips with. So I'm going to leave those right now. They're not doing anything wrong. They're not hurting anything. I'm going to reduce the front diff to about 70, and then the rear is going to be 100, 100, and then with 90% rear bias. So, 95% rear bias, because these all-wheel drive systems, and I may dial that up and may dial it back, we'll have to see, but these all-wheel drive systems can be weird whenever you kind of get into trying to make them oversteer like a rear-wheel drive car, but you still want that little bit of a front-end pull, because, again, this is going to be based on, Ken Block's vehicles, which all have a little bit of that front-end pull. So, let's see. It's going to be slammed. And once it's all the way down, 13.3 in the front, 13.8 in the rear, we're going to leave it fairly soft, though. Like, the setup is going to be fairly soft. Now, camber-wise, we're going -5 in the front, -2 in the back. Good bit of toe out in the front. And the front caster, I'm going to say, is going all the way up. I'm going to say it's going to just go all the way up. So let's give this a try, but we also have a couple more things to do in terms of like wheels. I want to change up that setup a little bit and kind of make it look a little bit more. Let me see if we could tire compound. Stock tires or off-road race. I almost feel like we should do the stocks, because the stock ones, and we'll go back to a 315 and a 315, so it's a little bit easier to spin the wheels. And now we're going to put some 1552s on the truck, and we'll go from there in terms of seeing what... Wait. This doesn't... This category doesn't have the 1552s that I want. Wait. This category doesn't have them either. And I'm not putting rotiforms on it. There's no way. Okay, I kind of was thinking Turbo Max, just kind of for that type of style. Rear wheel size was 17, 18, 19. 21s look small, but they also look goofy. We'll put a 20 on it. We'll put a 20 because it's not, I mean, yeah, it's big for a Raptor, but I feel like it's not too big for this, like, application idea. You know what I mean? Like, it's not too big for this application idea, but at the same time, it should at least kind of work. Now, since I am not a painter by any stretch, what we're going to do is we're going to paint the truck in, well, you know what? Let me see if this thing has any designs for it that I think would fit this general idea, which none of these do. The only, like, the closest thing is that, like, monster one right there. Like, that's, like, the closest thing to what... Wait a minute. Oh. This works. This works. Let me see. I want to take a look at it, like, actually on the truck. and if it looks like it will work and it looks good, then we'll run it. Like, I have no problem showing off somebody's design if it's a really good design and I like the looks of it. Because, like I said, there are way better painters out there than me. So, painting is not my forte. That's for sure. I like it. It's sort of in the idea of what I'm going for. But you know what? Just to look. I'm going to search because, let's see. Final group, let's see. No, oh my god. That's not what I want. Find new designs. That's what I want. So, search and description. Oh gosh, I don't know. Hoonigan? Hoonigan will probably bring back some results. I hope it brings back some results. It's bringing back results, that's for sure. Okay. Horizon 4, can block iPhone 50, Hoonigan, Monster Energy. Okay, so these are all in the vein of what I'm looking for. Like, these are all along the lines of what I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and run. Let's try this one. We'll see how it looks. This one looks pretty promising, so we'll check it out. We'll go from there. It definitely is going to be a lot more promising than the last design. The last design looked like it was going to be promising, and then after I looked at it a little bit, I was like, maybe not. Like, it just didn't really kind of follow through with the idea that it originally kind of like portrayed itself as being. But let's check this thing out in Forza Vista. Oh yeah, this should work. This will definitely work. So kind of like if the Hoonicorn, not the Hoonicorn, why do I keep saying the Hoonicorn? If the Hoonitruck was a modern vehicle, then I feel like it would be something like this. And the diff tuning is going to be, oh, dude, this is awesome. This is a blast already. It feels rear bias enough that you can move it around with the throttle, but I bet you that if we throw this thing in like sideways, we can still get a little bit of pull from the front. Wow, okay, so that was more rear bias than I expected it to feel. To be like brutally honest on that. That was more rear bias than I expected it to feel, and I might actually dial it a little bit more, like dial it back a little bit. Yeah, it pulls to the inside. Well, not really pulls to the inside, but it actually behaves a lot more like an all-wheel drive vehicle than I originally ever thought it was going to. So, like, props for that. We are going to go and fiddle with the tune just a little bit because I want it to feel like the Hoonitruck and the Hoonicorn. So, with the diff tuning, we'll bring this to 85. And the front acceleration is going to be 100. So, that might help. I'm not sure. Not a big all-wheel drive tuner, so we'll see how it goes here. That definitely feels a little more all-wheel drive-y.
You have arrived at your destination.
And like it's definitely going to take a little bit of practice, but I can't say I'm mad about how it drives. That's for sure. It's fun. Like, it's already really, really fun. Oh, I want to go right. Why did I go left? Come on. Now, obviously, this is a work-in-progress thing. The Hoonicorn and the Hoonitruck are going to drive more like, are going to drive more like the way you would expect Ken Block's vehicles to drive than this is. And I think it's going to be definitely something that we'll have to work at. Wow. So, real quick, I do want to mess with the tune one more time because I'm going back to... I'm going back from... So, 85, so we went 95 back to 85, so now we're going to go to 90, and we're going to leave it at 90, I think. And, wait, and front diff acceleration is going to be, instead of 100%, it's going to be 85%. So, that should be somewhere along the lines of what we want out of this thing. And I'm thinking that at the end of the day, that will be a little bit better for us in what we're trying to do. All right, let's see how this thing goes. Oh my God. I mean, it's already doing better than I expected it to. That's for sure. No, 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 no. Losing steam. Come on. It's definitely all-wheel drivey in the way that, like, you have to keep your speed up. Otherwise, it doesn't really work. It works. It just works a lot better at high speed and high angle. And minimal counter steer. I want to try that drift zone again because I'm curious to see how it does if we just kind of throw the truck into it instead of kind of babying it like we did this past time. The problem is that, like, you need that adjustability, and it's hard to get that out of an all-wheel drive vehicle. Like, you really have to spend a lot of time dialing in a tune. And speed has to be really high on your priority list. Yep, see? You have to drive this thing flat on the throttle. Like, that's the only way. Otherwise, it straightens back up. Completely straightens back up on you if you don't drive it with the throttle. So, that's another thing I'm starting to learn about it is, like, it may be a little... You know what? It may also be a little too soft. Because I was hoping that the weight transfer would help us, but now I wonder if it's actually working against us because of how sticky everything else in the tune is. So let's dial up the stiffness of the springs a good bit, like a good bit. We'll make the rear stiffer than the front as well. And let's see. Sway bars, I'm going to make still soft in the front, and then I'm going to make stupid stiff in the rear. So this is going to be weird. This, I don't know how this is going to drive. Again, with something like this is just a big tuning game. I mean, I liked how that felt. It was a little bit weird. Like, it didn't really... Oh! Come on, there we go! Oh, that's not bad. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
Destination.
So, like, 82,000, that's not terrible. I mean, like, for what we're driving, I have the utmost respect for an 82,000 point run. And that was, like, a bad run, in my opinion. It's like, honestly, like, if I spent a bunch more time with it, dude, you could put in such a higher score. Woo! It's so hilarious, like... Oh, just bring it around. Just stay flat to the floor. That's the thing. It's such a brute. It just doesn't even, like, care. Oh, my God. I was just saying, like, steer out of it. It does a really good job of hooking those hairpins. Just trying to let it drift just a little. And there we go. Come on, come on. Oh, geez. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that was real bad. Just trying to stay as easy as I can. But the problem is you can't drift this thing easy. Like, you have to be on it constantly. You cannot be nice to it. You cannot be nice to it one bit. And definitely it's more of like a Gymkhana style build than like a drift style build. But I just wanted to see if I took it out and tried to treat it like a drift car. I just wonder what it would do. Because, like, you know, Ken Block's Gymkhana cars like the Hoonicorn and the Hoonitruck, you can still take them out and use them like drift cars and just pull in massive scores with them just because they're so slidey and they're so, you know, almost manic and all over the place. I definitely think, you know what's the weird thing, though? Like, this truck does not feel out of place doing this. It does not feel like you're trying to make it do something it shouldn't be doing. In some ways it does, but in a lot of other ways it doesn't. You're like, okay, yeah, I know I'm taking you out of your comfort zone here, but at the same time, like, you don't feel bad about it because the truck takes to it. It actually legitimately takes to it. I have more that I want to do with the diff tuning. Before I would call it done. A project like this is definitely something along the lines of a longer project, I think, and something that's going to require like a good bit of attention, but it's very smooth. Like, you can pull the e-brake and just rip it into a corner, and it's not going to get mad at you. It's not going to punish you. It's actually fairly easy to drive. And easy. Spin it back around. Second gear, and it just blows the tires off in the other direction. See, now that is the kind of like Ken Block type stuff that I want to go for, with where it's like an all-wheel drive car, but it will still blow the tires off, like, even though it's all-wheel drive. Like, that's the kind of thing I'm trying to go for. So that part of the build is taken care of. It's got the Hoonigan part of the build settled. It just needs to kind of the precision dialed in now. Overall, I think it's actually quite a hilarious success. Like, it works, and it works a lot better than I thought it would. And for, like, the equivalent of, for trying to recreate, like, the equivalent of what a modern, like, version of the Hoonitruck would be, I think it works. I don't think it's perfect yet, but I think it freaking works. And I'm actually really happy I decided to build it because I had a blast building it. So, hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comments below what you guys thought of it. And if you have any suggestions for me, make sure you leave them down there. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys next time. Talk to you all later.